Okay, so picture this. Imagine you own a shop, and in your warehouse, you have thousands of these beautiful, crystal clear glass boxes, aquariums. But there's one massive problem. You're in a town where nobody owns fish, so nobody wants to buy a fish tank. Nobody even realizes they might need one. So that's the big question, right? How do you sell something nobody even knows they want? You've got a product, but literally zero demand. How do you create a market completely out of thin air? Well, one shop owner faced this exact, seemingly impossible problem, and their solution? Well, it's a total masterclass in creative thinking. So our story here is all about an aquarium shop owner who would bet everything on these thousands of fish tanks. But day in and day out, nothing. People would just walk on by. The tanks were just sitting there, gathering dust, and the business was right on the brink of failure. I mean, the gap between supply and demand here was just staggering. On one hand, you have this huge supply, a whole warehouse just packed with product. And on the other hand, customer demand wasn't just low, it was practically non-existent. There was simply no market for aquariums in this town. So, staring down this crisis, the owner came up with a plan. And it was a plan that, let me tell you, on the surface, seemed completely crazy. Instead of trying to sell the product he had, he decided he was going to give something else away for free. And that something was about to change everything. The plan was pretty bold, and it happened in 3 simple steps. First, he got his hands on thousands of cheap, ordinary goldfish. Second, he organized this huge community event, a free fish day, and released all of them into a contained area of the local river. And now for the masterstroke. Step 3, he invited every kid in town to come and catch their very own pet fish, absolutely free of charge. And the event was a massive success. You can just imagine it. The riverbank was packed with happy kids, and every single one of them left with a little plastic bag with their new prized possession inside. A single, wiggling goldfish. The parents were happy, the kids were ecstatic. But then, as they all started heading home, a brand new problem started to dawn on every single one of those parents. That's the thought that rippled through the entire community. That free pet suddenly came with a hidden cost, an urgent, unavoidable need. A fish can't live in a plastic bag, right? It needs a home. It needs food. It needs a filter. It needs, well, you know where this is going, it needs an aquarium. And the result was immediate. The shop owner, who just a few days before couldn't sell a single tank, was suddenly mobbed. Parents rushed to his store, the only aquarium store in town, desperate to buy a home for their child's new pet. The entire inventory, it sold out almost overnight. So let's just stop and decode what really happened here. This wasn't just some clever promotion. No, this was a masterclass in manufacturing demand from scratch. The owner didn't sell a product. He sold the solution to a problem that he himself had created just moments before. And we call this the goldfish effect. It's a strategy where the free thing, the goldfish, isn't the real product at all. It's just a trigger. It's specifically designed to create an immediate, non-negotiable need for the real, paid product, the aquarium. You know the old saying, you give away the razor to sell the blades? It's exactly that. And this principle, once you know what to look for, you start seeing it everywhere. It's an incredibly powerful psychological tool that some of the biggest industries in the world use. This is so much bigger than just fish and tanks. Let's look at some modern examples. Think about free-to-play video games. The game itself, that's your free goldfish. The aquarium, that's all the in-app purchases for power-ups and skins that you feel like you need to buy to keep playing. Or how about that super cheap printer you bought? The printer is the goldfish. The expensive proprietary ink cartridges you have to buy over and over? Yep, that's the aquarium. It's the same with free app trials that get you hooked, creating that urgent need for the paid monthly subscription. So at the end of the day, the goldfish effect shows us a really powerful truth about business. Sometimes the best way to sell your main product isn't to talk about it at all. It's to find that free, irresistible little trigger that makes your product an absolute necessity. Which, of course, leaves us with one big question. What's your goldfish?